Hello everybody, welcome back to story time. I wonder if you can guess what our stories are going to be about today. What do you think? Do you think they might be about sheep? I think you might be right. Let's do our hello song. Make the sign for hello, make the sign for friends. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to read a book. Good to see you all. Oh well, I wish I could see you all is really what I mean. Let's read some books about sheep. The first one is called Sheep Go to Sleep by Nancy Shaw, and it's illustrated by Margot Apple. Winking fireflies light the way as sheep stroll home to hit the hay. 5 sheep settle in their shed using straw to make the bed. Do you think it would be comfortable to sleep on straw? I don't think so. Screeches, rustling, noisy crickets. Sheep hear hoots from nearby thickets. Nighttime noises scare the sheep. Really, who could go to sleep? All that racket out there, right? Sheep bleat, ah, sheep sigh. A trusty collie wanders by. What would make the sheep feel snug? The collie gives the sheep a hug. That usually helps, right? The tired sheep begins to snore. One asleep. How many more? One sheep asks to have a drink. The collie gets it from the sink. Another sheep begins to snore. 2 asleep. How many more? 1, 2, 3. 3 more are still awake. A lullaby should calm the flock. Sheep tap rhythm, hum and rock. Rock-a-bye sheep. Another sheep begins to snore. 3 asleep. How many more? Oh, 1, 2. One sheep wants a teddy bear. The collie brings his own to share. Another sheep begins to snore. 4 asleep. How many more? Just 1, right? The last one wants a cozy quilt to snuggle in the bed she built. The collie gives a weary grin. Oh, he fetches one and tucks her in. All the sheep have closed their eyes. Finally. They'll drowse and dream until sunrise. But where is the dog who looks after the sheep? Where do you suppose he is? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. Does that remind you of a certain nursery rhyme? Sheep go to sleep. Now there's another sheep book that's pretty silly, and it is brand new also. It's by Morag Hood, and it's called Brenda is a Sheep. Does Brenda look like a sheep to you? That's an awful lot of teeth for a sheep. Okay, these are sheep. This is also a sheep. This sheep is called Brenda. Brenda has a very nice woolly sweater. Brenda does all the things that sheep do because Brenda is a sheep. Ba, ba. Brenda's buying with the rest of them. The sheep learn lots of new games from their friend Brenda, like catch, they catch the arrow, teeth sharpening, and tag. Brenda loves tag. But no matter how hard she tries, she can never catch anyone. They always get away. The sheep think Brenda is probably the best sheep they have ever met. They draw a picture of her with all kinds of hearts. She is so very tall. She has nice pointy teeth, and her wool is knitted and colorful. See, they all have wool on, right? That's what they're made of. But Brenda has a wool sweater too, but it's orange and it's all knitted. All the sheep want to be just like Brenda. But Brenda has other things on her mind. What does Brenda want to do with those sheep? Her cookbook says 101 sheep recipes. I think she might want something else. She is working hard on her special mint sauce recipe. The sheep have never had Brenda's special mint sauce, but she tells them it's very tasty. You just need to find the right thing to eat it with. Luckily, Brenda knows just the thing. She is getting ready for a feast. The sheep are very excited. Brenda tells the sheep to go to bed nice and early. She says there will be a surprise for them in the morning, a delicious surprise. What is Brenda planning? Brenda has to wait a very long time for the sheep to go to sleep. They're just fooling around, dancing, talking, but at last they begin to nod off one by one. Brenda counts them on her claws. 1 yummy sheep. 2 yummy sheep. Yeah. 3 yummy sheep. Oh, Brenda fell asleep. There she is, sound asleep. And what are all the sheep doing? They're going, "Bah!" they say. By the time Brenda wakes up, the sheep have made a surprise of their own. There is grass stew, and grass pie, and grass burgers, and grass lasagna, and grass sandwiches, and grass sausages, and for dessert, grass cookies, with a delicious sauce to pour over it all. This is not the feast Brenda had planned. But look at that, they made like balloons and stuff like that of Brenda. But when she sees everything her friends have done for her, Brenda can't help but join in the fun. Because after all, Brenda is a sheep. I think the joke was on Brenda. What do you think? Pretty silly. Let's do a little counting sheep. Sometimes, if you have trouble sleeping at night, one of the things that people like to do is to close their eyes and start thinking about sheep, maybe jumping over a fence or something like that, and they start counting them. 1 sheep, 2 sheep. Pretty soon they're asleep. So let's do a little counting here, shall we? What do we have here? We have 1 woolly lamb with a coat so new. Along comes another lamb, and that makes 2. If we were having story time in the store, you guys could be putting these sheep up here, but right now I have to do it. So now we have 1, 2 sheep, right? 2 lambs are baby sheep. 2 woolly lambs roaming so free. Along comes another lamb, and that makes 3. 1, 2, 3, right? 3 woolly lambs by the barn door. Along comes another lamb, and that makes, whoops, he's kind of crooked. That makes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little woolly lambs, so glad to be alive. Along comes another lamb, and that makes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little woolly lambs having so much fun. Together now, let's count them 1 by 1. Can you guys count with me? I won't know if you're doing it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do, 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 do. Dancing lambs, dancing sheep. There they are. Pretty cool. Got quite a lot of stuff here. Let's read another story. Now normally, right, sheep and wolves don't necessarily go together too well, right? Because wolves kind of like to eat things like sheep, as we may have noticed in the last book. So this is called I Am a Wolf by Kelly Lee Miller. I am a wolf. Does that look like a wolf to you? There's all kinds of animals that are trying to be other things in these stories. I am a wolf. I live in the wild. Woof, woof, woof. That sound like a wolf? It says bark, bark, bark. Most wolves live in packs, but not me. Woof, 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 bark, woof, woof. I am a lone wolf. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, woof. They're trying to put this wolf, so to speak, in the cage, right? I'm fine on my own. I don't even see him. Oh, there he is. Looks like this is maybe like a pet store or a pet area where people can go look at pets. I am not cute. I am not sweet. I am a scary beast. I don't know, those other dogs look a little skeptical, don't you think? I am a lone wolf. Looks like this person is choosing this one, and these guys are choosing this one, this one, this one. This one is a lone wolf. Oh, cheer up. We love you. Someone else will too. See this little girl here? What is she interested in? She's talking to her parents about that. You are too cute to pass up. The right family will love you any day now. How could anyone not adopt you? Just be patient. Everything will be okay. I am not cute. Oh, there she is. Oh, he's a little surprised when he gets a hug. I am alone. Wolf? Oh. She's coming back with a leash. And she names him Wolf. I am Wolf. He doesn't look so fierce now, does he? He looks pretty happy to be with someone who loves him. I am Wolf, and this is my pack. I am Wolf, and this is my pack. Let's do a couple of sheep or lamb songs, shall we? And then we'll read one more story. Oh, and we need to do Zoom Zoom. Oh, so many things. All right, let's do Mary Had a Little Lamb, shall we? I have a little, we'll call her Mary. And here we'll have her sheep or her lamb. Here we go. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. We won't do the whole song. We'll do another verse though, right? It followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rules. One more. It made the children laugh and play, laugh and play, laugh and play. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Nice. I bet you guys know that song, right? And you can maybe even sing more of the verses if you want. What about Baa Baa Black Sheep? I don't have a black sheep here. I only have white ones, but we know we can. Oh, these guys have some black on them. Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. Probably many of you have known that little song since you were babies, right? Pretty fun to know stuff for a long time. Let's do Zoom Zoom, so we stand up a little. I don't know too many sheep that go to the moon, but yeah, we can pretend, right? Hands together. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Got a little stretching going on there. There is another cute story about sheep, so let's do that one. It is called Sheep Dog. This is a sheep dog, right? One that herds sheep. And Sheep Sheep by Eric Barclay. We have Sheep Dog and Sheep Sheep. This is Sheep. She loves to dance. Very idyllic scene. She knows all kinds of fancy dances, like the wildflower dance, the mud puddle dance, the get the spider off of me dance, and of course, the pee-pee dance. Do you know some of those dances too? Dancing makes her very happy, and when she's happy, she closes her eyes. When she closes her eyes, she bumps into things, usually trees. But one day, she bumped into something that wasn't a tree. It was a someone, a very hairy someone. "Holy begonia," she said, "who are you?" "I'm the sheepdog," the someone replied. "I watch the sheep." "Well, I am a sheep. I watch sheep too. Everyone knows I'm an expert at watching sheep." "I don't see how you can be much of a sheep watcher with all that..." I don't see how you can be much of a sheep watcher with all that hair in your eyes. But I can fix it for you. be right back." She skipped off toward the farmhouse. Just then, Sheepdog spotted an eagle overhead. It was looking at sheep like a mouse looks at cheese. The eagle dived, but Sheepdog told him to vamoose. Sheep found Sheepdog waiting for her outside the farmhouse, and she tied his hair into a pretty bow. "Now you'll be able to see the sheep," she said. "Except you're still missing something very important. Be right back." Sheepdog looked around. It was true he could see a little better with his hair pulled up. There was the shed, and the apple tree, and the coyote. Coyote? Sheepdog told him to skedaddle. Sheep returned with some binoculars. "Here you go," she said. "Now you'll be able to keep a sharp eye out for eagles and coyotes." "Now, I don't suppose you have a map under all this hair, do you?" Sheepdog shook his head no. "Well, you're going to need a map so you won't get lost. Be right back." She danced her way toward the old truck to retrieve a map. The dance made her very happy. She closed her eyes, and because her eyes were closed, she couldn't see that but Sheepdog did. Look at that. He got there fast and helped her across the bridge. She didn't even know it. Sheep kept on dancing. She had some extra fancy moves. Like most of Sheep's dances, this one ended with a bump on the head. But she had meant to do that, really. Sheep fished the map out of the glove box and handed it to Sheepdog. "You're all set. You've got a hair bow so you can see, binoculars to keep an eye out for danger, and a map so you won't get lost." Sheep thought for a moment. "Now all we need are the sheep." She looked around. Not a sheep in sight. She borrowed Sheepdog's binoculars. Still no sheep. She unfolded the map. Yep, they were definitely in sheep country. "Where are all the sheep?" she asked. "Did you lose them?" Did the Sheepdog lose all the sheep? "You're the only sheep," Sheepdog said. "Oh." Sheep sat down and thought about being only a sheep and not a sheep. And when she thought, she got very still. And when she got still, she got very quiet. Thinking could do that. Finally, Sheepdog spoke. "Maybe you're not a sheep. Maybe you're a dog sheep. And your job is to watch the dog." After a moment, Sheep replied, "Well, of course, I'm a dog sheep." Everyone knows I'm an expert at watching dogs. Here they are. Sheepdog is watching the sheep, and dog sheep is watching the dog. Isn't that cute? So many fun books about sheep. Oh, here we are on another day. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you. Let's do our goodbye song, and we'll check in again next week. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye.